Hello Blitz fans of all ages, it's me PlumCastle. In today's video I'll be going through Wargaming's recent teaser video for update 9.8, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that we're going to see is, I believe, the Batchat 25T. Now the thing that's special here is, of course, it's camouflage, because this is not something that we've seen before. Now there's something really unique about this camouflage in particular, and it's that this, UI, some sort of pop-up on the back of the tank itself that seems to indicate it's whether it's shot. Like, for example, you can see the Batchat just fired, so one of the shots is missing here, and some other, like, not so relevant information. I don't know if this is something that'll be seen in-game. Seems like it might be. I don't know what the purpose is, but it's some unique mechanic, if you will. Now, the next thing after that is this camouflage right here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is one of the new Chinese light tanks. I'm not exactly sure, but it's some bang camouflage. It's unique, to say the least. I'm not sure it's really all that special. We have some other camouflages that are like that. Now here's a new camouflage, a special camouflage for the T95. Now the T95 for the most part is a pretty bland looking tank. However, I would say that this camouflage looks pretty interesting. It definitely gives a little bit more life to the plain brown tank, unless of course you got a camouflage. But it's nice that this now has a special camouflage to go on it, and there's another angle of the camouflage. Now the next one here is the RHM, at least from what I can tell. This looks like the RHM, unless it's some sort of premium version, which I highly doubt. So it does seem that the RHM is going to receive a special camouflage, very similar to that of the Gorilla 15. A few updates ago, it got a special camouflage, and now the RHM does. Now, it'll be interesting to see if the Waffle will receive a similar camouflage to this. I know it recently received a camouflage, but it wasn't quite like this style here, where it's very World War II, like real-life camouflage would have been, or at least I'm assuming, because that looks very good at camouflaging a tank, if you ask me. But moving on past this, we have the RU-251, and if that's not a cyberpunk-looking camouflage, I don't know what is. I'm not sure it's the most interesting thing. It's new content, but I would say it's not really a highlight for this particular video. This camouflage, of all the ones that I'm going to show, is probably one of my favorites. Now, I know there are a ton of versions of the T34. T34 Falcon, the T34, was it 1776 or something? I don't know what the date was on it, but there's like two versions. This is the first time that I see a camouflage that, again, looks like it'd be usable, like an actual act of concealing a tank, as opposed to the very bright colors of the other ones. So, interesting. I would say probably my favorite camouflage that could come to the T34 so far. Would be interesting to see how we get this. I'm assuming we're probably going to have to buy it for gold or something, but still, very cool that they're adding another camouflage to that tank. Here is probably by far my least favorite camouflage. I believe this is one of the, a patent. I don't remember exactly, but the camouflage kind of speaks for itself. It's very weird. I would put it along the lines of that special camouflage that the, the E75 or something like that got. Kind of meh. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of meh. Some people may like it, I just don't. So for here, I believe that the Progetto does not yet have PBR, so I think they are maybe showcasing this. Whether or not that's the case, the main thing that they're focusing on here is actually this cube above the T57 Heavy, so it looks like it's just going to be a special attachment that's going to go on it, mostly just for like a cool factor. I'm not sure it really is going to do much for you other than being a special icon that shows other players that you probably bought it, but I don't know, I guess it's cool. Now, here they're going through a few tanks. I'm not exactly... Okay, so this, I believe, is the M41 Bulldog. Of course, this is a PBR version of that, or at least as close as I can tell. No camouflage on it. They don't really need to show that. This, I believe, is the new tank. I don't know what it is, but hey, it's new. It looks weird. It looks like very flat, and I'm going to guess it's either a heavy or a tank destroyer, given its shape. Now... man, they really cycle through these very fast. This is another tank that I bought not recently, sorry, a few months ago. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's a premium tank. It's a tier 8. It's got a very colorful camouflage on it, and it looks like that it is going to be getting PBR as well, which is really cool. There was a, man, they really do go fast. There was a tier 1. I think this is the French tier 1 or the Russian tier 1. I don't play tier 1, so I couldn't come up with it right off the top of my head, but it's getting PBR as well, it seems. This is not in PBR, and it is the E75. Not really sure why they're showcasing it here. I thought it already got this camouflage, but I could be wrong. They're showcasing something here. I'm just missing it, so let me know down in the comments if there's something that I just didn't see here, but I don't really see anything particularly new or exciting there. And I'm pretty sure that this is going update 9.8 will be the update that the Progetto gets PBR textures, and of course with that snazzy camo, it looks pretty vibrant and nice. T49, another camouflage for it, so we just got that dinosaur camouflage. It's had the Hornet camouflage for ages, and I believe this one is a Wolverine camouflage. It'll show the name of it in a second, but you can see that there's some semblance of a Wolverine on the side of its turret. Kind of interesting. Honestly, I do think I'm probably going to prefer the Hornet camouflage anyway. Oh, and now they're showcasing the same tanks that they went through earlier. So the Bulldog, this new tank destroyer. I believe that might be the Progetto again. So now we're moving on to some stuff that's a little bit more leak-esque. So Easter event, of course, Easter's coming up. So it would kind of make sense that there would be some Easter-focused event. So I'm just going to quickly break this down. It doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult of an event. Some sort of eggs are going to be the currency to allow you to progress. You go through stage 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9, and then you can repeat stage 10 as many times as you want. It says infinite, but I'm going to guess that it's probably not really infinite. It's going to be capped either by games or by spending money probably. So I couldn't really tell you what's in there other than probably you might be able to expect this camouflage here just in this chest or some other things. We won't really know till the event comes out, but it's something along those lines. You can also get some things out of these. In fact, these look like jars of jelly or something. Those may even come out of the container. I'm not really sure. But it looks like you can get up to 10 times 10 of these gold boosters, which if you do the math is about 100 gold boosters. Actually, it's not about, it's exactly 100 gold boosters if you got everything. And an infinite amount of these containers that looks like a camouflage container. I'm not exactly sure. It's something. Now, moving on past here, we actually have another one of these events where you just go and blow all of your credits or something. So they're not showing the exchange rates over here, but I'm going to guess this is probably like the credit one, or maybe that might even be a gold one. I'm not sure. Either way, you're going to be able to exchange your in-game resources for the diamonds on one side, and then you can exchange them for the rewards on the right side, given previous events. Deluxe limited edition container. These normally are pretty good deals, honestly. Or they're not deals, but they often contain special items that you couldn't get normally, if at all. The Scepter, that's one that we saw a while ago now, so it's cool that it's coming back. It's probably going to be very, very expensive, but hey. Now you can see in the upper right-hand corner of the event, there is that box that I was showing you earlier, so that appears to be how we are going to get this. It's a little bit hard to see, but there is actually a camouflage for the Scepter as well. And the thing that they're going to focus on here is this car right here, the limited edition luxury car. And the best thing that I can see about this, or the best idea I have of this, is that you're going to be able to collect it, and it's actually going to be some item you can place in your garage. So before it was your profile background, you could get a profile background and people would see it, and it would be something that was mostly unique to you, unless there were battle passes, which everyone pretty much has. So it looks like now you're going to be able to customize certain aspects of your garage, which is interesting, kind of puts a little more personality into the waiting environment or just the general game itself. Really cool. Not sure that it's going to be all that particularly special. It's also probably going to be really expensive is my guess, but if you want it, most people are probably going to try to get it. Now here's a showcasing of that T49 camouflage again. There we go, we've got the Wolverine. We can even see it on the back a little bit. And if it turns, you can definitely see that the name is actually scribbled or perhaps even just scratched into the back here, and it is called the Wolverine. It's an interesting camo, though personally I think that the Hornet camouflage might be a little bit better, but either one of them I think are pretty good, but of course it's totally up to you what you think of it. Moving on past that though, we have, as soon as it's still focusing on the T49. Now I remember. It is showcasing the new quick commands. Now I did a video on this a few days ago, and it talked about this. So basically, they're just changing how quick commands work. Obviously, they're showcasing this on a PC, given the inputs here. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work on mobile, like I said in that video, but it does seem like it's going to be an interesting change and one that has never really happened before. Like, this is a pretty big overhaul. And by the way, am I the only one that's annoyed by the fact that this reticle is slightly tilted? Either way, they're just showcasing the stuff that's coming, so it seems now that update 9.8 is going to be the update that we get this. So if you want to see the video, I'll link it in the upper right-hand corner or the description. But as with that, that's actually all I have for now, and so with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.